when you just have one game of footage to go through, how do you kind of prioritize what comes out of that, what you try to get into a session where you have maybe an hour or two with the guys today?
Yeah, the training camp last week gives us kind of the framework to evaluate a game like that, and so really the things we've emphasized is the stuff that we'll focus on coming out of that game. We had some good cleanup today. There's obviously a lot to cover. We had a little bit of it today, we'll have a little bit tomorrow, and we'll play again. You know, do a lot of it individually with the guys and just get a little bit better. You know, we're not going to pitch a perfect game tomorrow, but you know, we can be better than we were last night, and that's the goal.
You referenced the pinch post with Hartenstein last night. I just don't remember you using that phrase before. Is that a unique spot that you have him in comparison to maybe some other players on the team? Or is it something that he really takes advantage of in a different way?
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. It's not like a term for us. I don't even know where I got that. It's like in some library of basketball terms. It is a term.
Yeah.
I think it's like, you know, at the elbow and stuff like that, but forget I said it.
I know it's a really small sample. Dylan taking a couple of charges last night, and now you have just a host of guys who are willing to kind of make those sort of plays. What does that indicate to you about him, especially on the defensive end?
Yeah, I thought that was definitely a weakness last night, was our rim defense. You know, we outscored them at the rim, but our rim defense on a lot of plays, we were like not where we need to be. Not early enough or not physical enough or both, and those were bright spots, you know, and we got to have an identity down there regardless of who it is. If it's a smaller guy, which he is, you got to be early and you got to be willing to step in, like Joe or J. Will, K. Rich. If it's Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein, those guys can go contest, but we got to have an identity around the basket. And that certainly was a weakness, but that was bright spot.
I know you're probably not taking a ton of charges in practices and training camp, but is that something that he's indicated or kind of showed up that he might be willing to just kind of make those kind of plays?
Yeah, we don't overcoach it. You know, we don't practice it. We practice the positioning, and then we just emphasize the act of being physical at the point of attack at the rim. And guys, yeah, it resonates with guys, and so it's just something we've got to improve on, to be honest with you.
How do you feel about the carryover from training camp to last night?
Mixed bag. There's some stuff that was really good, and there was some stuff that was a little bit sloppy. I thought we pitched the ball ahead really well. I thought we were early off it on a lot of plays and had success when that happened. I thought we got switched most of the game, and we had a lot of really good attacks. We had a couple of attacks that could have been better. You know, never all or nothing, but a lot of good things. I mean, definitely a lot of good carryover, a lot of positive plays and positive moments, and now we just got to continue to carry that forward.
Mark, kind of looking back at the offseason with Chet, was there any sort of like point of emphasis to kind of like maybe, you know, rework or change up his jumper?
I'm sorry?
To rework or kind of change up his shot mechanics?
Chet?
Yeah.
Ask him. I mean, he works with Chip. He works with Bliss. He, you know, was in LA for a lot of the off season. I don't really get in the weeds on that with them. You know, these guys are really, really professional, and they're really, really driven. And so I don't think I've ever in one instance said you need to redo your shot. You know, we just have all the resources, we have all the people, and especially with something with your shot, if you want to change your shot, that's got to come from the player. You don't want a player like half committed to a shot. But yeah, he's worked hard all off season. I'm sure that's part of it. But I would defer to him on that.
Are you planning to playing everybody tomorrow?
Yes. Everybody. Cason Wallace had a mild little ankle sprain that we got to check in the morning. But our plan is to have everybody available.
Anybody else?